What's up guys, and welcome back to another online gambling highlight. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at several different clips from several different gamblers, and we're going to break down the basic blackjack strategy step by step. I'm going to go over it with you guys. We're going to see when it applies, where it works, when it doesn't work, and everything in between. You could take this as like kind of a beginner's guide. We have a lot of discussion in the comment section on a lot of my videos over the strategy that some of these gamblers use. So today we're just going to go over it a little bit further. So let's hop into it. Okay, so really quick before we actually get started, I just want to say that this is not a gambling guide, guys. This is just strategy for blackjack. This is for entertainment purposes only. I do not recommend gambling. With that being said, I know my camera is blocking the balance and the bet size. That's because that is not the point of this video. The point of this video is for strategy talk. Okay, now I'm going to put up on the screen over here. Sorry about that. These are cards. These are the strategy cards from the book itself, the official blackjack strategy. It shows you if you have a 14 and a dealer showing this, if you should hit, stand, split, if you have two of the same cards, everything. So we're going to take this step by step. So right now we're looking, he has a 12 and the dealer is showing a 6. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there who would want to hit that 12 because you're like, that's a 12. You know, I can still get an 8, a 9, and you know, get higher than a 12 without busting. But that's not the point. The point is the dealer is showing a 6. So when you have a 12 and the dealer's showing a 6, the dealer has to hit that 6, and it's the highest, it's the best card that the dealer can get for you. It's most likely that that dealer is going to bust. And if you take a look at the cards, you have a hard 12. It's not a soft 12, it's a hard 12, and the dealer's showing a 6. So H means hit, a S means stand, a Y is a split, and a D means double, and a DS is double if allowed or stand if not. Now he has a 12. The cards tell him to stand, and let's see what happens. Dealer flips 12, 10. That's a bust. Now that's straightforward strategy that's played by the book, and it pays off. Now here's another example. He has a 14, the dealer's showing 6 once again. Now, if we look at the cards, you have a hard 14 and the dealer's showing a 6. The card says you should stand, and he stands. Let's see what happens. Once again, she turns a 12, busts again. Now, these are just some examples of the strategy that's paying off. But let's go a little bit further. Here's a quick little fun fact for you guys. Somebody once asked me, how was the book created? Well, it was actually created by the casinos. And so it's like, well, how can that be trusted? But the way they did it was they taught a computer how to play blackjack and made that computer play 100 million plus hands of blackjack and come up with the best strategy to give you the best odds percentage wise, to give you the best odds of winning. So that's a little fun fact for you. But here we have another unique situation. He has a 9 and it's against a 4. Now, what does the card say about having a 9 against a 4? Well, if we look, you have a 9, the dealer has a 4. It tells you to double. Now, the point is, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does in a way, but it doesn't really matter what cards you get. The point is you want to double to get as much money into your bet as possible because you want to win the most in this situation. The dealer has a 4. It's a very high likely that it's a good bust card for the dealer. So let's see what he does, and let's see what happens. So he chooses to double. Okay, he gets a 10. And the dealer busts as she should. Now, these have been examples of playing by the book and then paying off. But let's take a look at some other gamblers and see what happens to them. Okay, for this clip, I'm going to leave the cards up top so you guys can follow along. Now, he has a 13, a 12, and a 5. Now, let's look at what the cards say. The 13, the hard 13 against the dealer's 10. That's a hit. The 12, you want to hit against the 10. And then the 5 as well is a hit, obviously. So let's see what happens. He chooses to hit all the hands, and let's see how this plays out. Gets a 16. Now the 16 against a 10, it says to hit. Now he has an 18. Soft 18. Now let's look at the cards all the way top right. Now he has an ace. You got to figure, we'll say he has an ace 7. Okay, he has 18, so we'll say it's an ace 7 against a 10. What does the card say? It says to hit, so he hits. He's playing by the book. Now he gets a 13. You have to hit. He gets a 19. Okay, that's not bad. It's not ideal because the dealer has a 10. 12, you hit. 16, 16, you hit. He busts. A 13 is a hit. He gets a 20. Now he played all 3 hands perfectly by the book. Dealer flips a 3, she has 13. It gets 8, 21. Now this is just an example of you can play by the book perfectly and still lose all of your hands. Now he's playing 3 hands against 1. The 1 just beat all 3 of those hands. So the point I'm trying to make it here is you could play by the book and still get screwed over. And there are situations where if you play against the book, you will win. Let's look at another example. Now here's another unique situation. The dealer has an ace. The player is playing 2 hands and gets 2 of the same cards. He has 8s. Now let's look at the card. What does the card say? You have 2 8s against the ace. The card says that you should split. You see the Y? That means you should split the pair. And with the other 8, the 6 and the 2 is obviously a hit. So let's see what happens. So he does choose to split the 8s. Now he's playing perfectly by the book. He gets an 18, you stand on the 18, and you hit the 13 against an ace. He busses, unfortunately. He hits the 6, gets an 18, and stand. The dealer flips another ace, and then flips a 9. Now here's another example of playing perfectly by the book and still losing. Let's take a look at another hand. Now here's one more unique situation. The player has 15 and the dealer has a 3. Let's take a look at the card. The card says if you have a 15 and the dealer has a 3, you stand. So he does choose to stand. The dealer flips a 7 and then a 9, and he loses. Once again, here's another example of playing perfectly by the book and losing. Now listen guys, I know there's going to be a lot of blackjack enthusiasts in the comment section saying no, these are just a few bad examples. And what I would say to that is the only thing bad about it is they played by the book and still lost. Now let me also say, if you're playing long-term, extended period of times, hours, days, weeks, months, years, yes, your odds are better off if you play by the book. I agree to that. But the point I'm trying to make here is there will be times you play exactly by the book and get rinsed. There will be times where you play by the book and win, and times where you could play against the book and win. And no one knows when those times will be. No one knows if I walk into a casino right now, if I'll win if I play by the book or against the book, if I'll lose if I play by the book or against the book, right? If this was a surefire make money method, wouldn't we all be filthy rich? Let me also say this. This is not financial advice. I just want to get that out the way. This is gambling, and that's exactly what it is. A gamble. Any way you play the game. Nothing is guaranteed here. It's always a gamble. If this video helped you out in any way, or maybe change your perspective on the game of blackjack, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.